Yes, Meghan loves copying things, doesn't she? I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe Meghan invented jam. Maybe there's never been jam before she came up with jam and started selling it to everyone. That's a possibility. It's really interesting, the timing with this particular case. So this woman's books were written 7 years earlier than all of this happened, than Meghan's show Pearl was announced in 2021. And around that time, a letter was sent from this author to Netflix and to Meghan's Archwell, I think was the company at the time. And around that same time, it was then announced that Meghan's version of Pearl would not be proceeding. But the interesting thing, and the thing I think that this author is disappointed with, is that Meghan never responded to that letter. And as she said, you know, Meghan calls herself a feminist, and here she's appearing, we'll never know for sure, appearing to take, let's just be generous and say, inspiration from the work of another woman.
Meghan Markle finds herself in the centre of a growing scandal. This time, it's not about leaked royal drama, a frosty reunion, or a failed podcast. It's about something far more damaging: plagiarism. The Duchess of Sussex, 43, is facing serious claims of intellectual theft from British children's author Mel Elliott, who says Meghan's scrapped Netflix show Pearl bore striking similarities to her own long-established book series, Pearl Power. Elliott told the Daily Mail that she sent multiple legal letters to Meghan's team as far back as 2021, accusing the Duchess of ripping off core themes, character concepts, and even the name itself from her children's book series, which she started publishing in 2014.
It's a shame, really. There are so many brilliant creative people out there who really need the work, and yet you have someone in this high-profile position who just feels she can take. I'm quite disappointed in her, because who I thought she was, she doesn't seem to be.
The similarities were too great for me to ignore, Elliott explained. What saddened me most is that my objection was never acknowledged. Pearl was meant to be Meghan's breakout children's animation series, launched under her and Harry's $100 million Netflix deal. It followed a 2-year-old girl who learns to step into her power and finds inspiration from influential women throughout history. But here's the catch. Elliott's Pearl Power book series predates Meghan's show by nearly a decade. It also follows a young, empowered girl named Pearl, who stands up against gender stereotypes and encourages self-confidence in girls. Sound familiar? And while Meghan's version was ultimately scrapped by Netflix, supposedly due to budget cuts and shifting priorities away from animation, Elliott says the damage was already done. Pearl was my dream project, and now, annoyingly, if I reprise my own creation, it's going to look like I copied from Meghan. Elliott's legal team reportedly sent 3 formal copyright letters to Netflix and Archwell Productions, but never received a response.
And like you said, Rita, you know, the copying claims just continue to come. There's the show that very, very closely resembles the one that was put out a few months earlier by Pamela Anderson. And there's the logo for her As Ever, which looked very much like the coat of arms for a small town in Spain.
Yes.
It just tells us nothing she does is original. I just find her such a faker.
This isn't the first time Meghan has been accused of copying others' work. Her new lifestyle brand, As Ever, was recently accused of stealing the name of an independent NYC clothing label. And it didn't stop there. A Spanish town even accused the Duchess of copying their traditional coat of arms for the brand's logo. Then came her new cooking lifestyle series, With Love. Meghan, which critics brutally described as a soft, tone-deaf rip-off of Pamela Anderson's own cooking show, Pamela's Garden of Eden. All of this points to a worrying trend. Is Meghan Markle simply repackaging others' work under her brand and expecting applause? Many observers are wondering, how much does Prince Harry know about these decisions? As Meghan's Netflix projects face criticism, Harry's own contributions have remained minimal, with the Heart of Invictus and Polo documentaries receiving lukewarm attention. In fact, in his own Polo documentary, which HE produced, Harry barely appeared on screen. So we must ask, is Harry just along for the ride at this point? Is Archwell more of a Meghan-led brand than a shared vision? Let's zoom out. This isn't just about one show or one author. This is about the ongoing question of Meghan and Harry's integrity, both inside and outside the royal family. But as scandals pile up from plagiarism allegations to exaggerated victimhood, to failed business ventures, to constant leaks, many are now asking, who is really telling the truth? Were Meghan and Harry misunderstood victims or master manipulators? Is the royal family the villain in this story? Or were they simply trying to protect the institution? And with every lawsuit, every controversy, and every failed project, Meghan and Harry's brand continues to erode. In just a few years, Meghan and Harry have gone from global icons to polarizing figures. They promise to redefine royalty, reclaim their voices, and inspire change. Instead, they're facing lawsuits, backlash, and now plagiarism accusations that raise real questions about originality, honesty, and motive. As author Mel Elliott put it, "I would have loved to collaborate, but they never even responded." So now the world is left to wonder, if Meghan truly stands for female empowerment, why not uplift the original creator of the story she wanted to tell? Why does her creativity so often feel borrowed, rebranded, and rushed? And how much longer can Meghan and Harry afford to disappoint their audience before Netflix, Spotify, and even fans turn their backs entirely? This isn't just a copycat crisis. This might be the final crack in a crumbling brand.